the Massillon City Council meeting on Monday, August 21st, 2023. We have in attendance with us the following city officials.
Mayor Kathy Hadazero Perry,
Good evening.
Safety Service Director Barbara Sylvester,
Present.
and Chief Counsel Earl Wise.
Present.
Is there anyone from administration I missed? That's it, Madam President.
Thank you and welcome to everyone for being here tonight. Under number 5 on the agenda is where the public can speak on any topic that does appear on tonight's agenda. And then again, under number 17 is where the public can speak on any topic that did not appear on tonight's agenda. I'd like to remind everyone in the audience and council as well to please turn off your phone or something to make it vibrate. Thank you. Roll call.
Kramer,
Present.
Gregg,
Here.
Harvard Smith, here. Kane,
Here.
Lewis,
Present.
Lombardi,
Here.
Slutes,
Here.
Sneed,
Here.
and Viola. Here. Roll call of 9 present.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. All present and accounted for. Councilman Lombardi.
Thank you, President Eisner. Could you please join me and stand in the Lord's Prayer for the Pledge of Allegiance? Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Councilman Lombardi. Madam Clerk, the minutes of the previous meeting is transcribed and open for public viewing.
Yes, they are.
Are there any corrections or revisions to be made?
No, there are not.
The minutes stand approved as written. Councilman Gregg.
Thank you, Madam President. Just want to give a shout out to the Massillon Tigers, who had a great victory on Friday evening against the Wildcats from Valdosta, the nation's #1 winning team. Massillon is currently the third winningest team in the history of high school football. So we've got another game coming, a tough game coming up against another out-of-state opponent, Elkhart, Indiana, coming in on Friday. So we want to wish the Tigers best of luck.
Glen Oak on Friday.
I'm sorry, Glen Oak on Friday. I'm a little ahead of myself. Glen Oak on Friday. Thank you. And we still want to wish them a lot of luck. And we know they'll represent themselves, their team, their families, and the community very well. Thank you.
Councilman Gregg. We're at number 5 on the agenda. Where anyone from the audience can come forward and speak on any topic that doesn't appear on tonight's agenda. If you wish to do so, please come forward and state your name and topic you wish to discuss. Behind Councilman Sneed, there's also a paper that you need to sign before you leave. Please look at your comments for 4 minutes or less. Come on down.
Good evening, my name is Debbie Busby. I'm president of the Massillon West Stark Chamber of Commerce, and I'm here to speak on behalf of the DORA. I am in favor of this particular piece of legislation for our community. Having taken advantage of this in other communities that are next to us or around us, most recently this past Saturday in downtown Canton, and I saw the benefits of that event, the concert and the DORA to that community. It was a well-behaved concert. There was a lot of people that were getting refreshments from restaurants and bars that were within walking distance of the Centennial Plaza, and it was a very nice addition to their community. I do know that, some of the conversation was, concern was trash. I think the business owners would be excited that there's additional revenue coming into their businesses and would not have an issue cleaning up some of the extra cups. I didn't see any additional cups in downtown Canton, not to say that there wasn't. But I think, additional revenue, not only to the businesses, but to the community itself would be a bonus to our area. So, thank you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Busby. Did you sign the paper? Oh, sorry. Please print wait for Megan. Anyone else?
Thank you. I'm Maury Sullivan. I'm one of the owner-operators of Cosmos Grill here in downtown Massillon, and I too support the DORA. Echoing what was previously said, I too was at that same concert in Canton. Very well-behaved crowd, and again, it's excellent for the merchants. For one, we visited one of the local restaurants before and after the concert, so it is an economic engine, if you will, for the downtown community, and not just for restaurants, but any other merchants that perhaps want to take the time and effort to be open during those hours. And speaking, at least for ourselves, any trash in and around our building, we always take care of. We don't expect the city to clean up trash on our property. We always maintain our property, and I would expect any other downtown merchants to do the same. But we too fully support DORA. We think it will be, it's positive for the city, especially if the city wants to add other economic development activities to downtown area. I know that there's been some talk of Taste of Massillon and other community-based events, and I think having an active DORA for those events would be a real advantage to promote those other events. Thank you.
Thank you, Maury. Anyone else?
Hi, I'm Chris Kettler, 14 Lincoln Way, Massillon. There we go. Crackpots Comedy Club. And, you know, I get asked a lot, why did I open a comedy club in Massillon, Ohio? It's a very common question. And I tell people the truth. It's because I had a lifelong dream, a burning passion, a desire to be in debt the rest of my life. Some of you asked me to do jokes when I start, but it's not a joke. You know, we need to really give a passing vote and not be the butt of the joke by not doing this and everything. So, and hey, next time, if you're going to ask me to do jokes, can we get like beer and wine for the people in cheap seats?
Thank you, Chris.
You bet.
Anyone else?
Hello, I'm Mike Reed with Print Bar. We too also fully agree with the DORA, and like previous three said, I agree with all of them as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Mike. Anyone else?
Good evening, Richard Rohr. I'm a new business here in Massillon, Rohr's Wine Room. Previously, the Newman Creek Cellars. I wasn't aware of the door until I moved my business down here, but I'm well supportive of it as well. I think it's a great opportunity. I'm pretty sure Canal Fulton has it as well. And look how small they are, and they can handle it. So, as a big city like Massillon, I believe it's going to be a nice financial thing for everybody. Thank you.
Thank you, Richard. Seeing no one else, we'll move into the miscellaneous business. Madam Clerk, do you have anything?
No, I do not.
Okay. Introduction of ordinances and resolutions. Ordinance number 82, 2023.
An ordinance creating a designated outdoor refreshment area, DORA, and establishing requirements to ensure public health and safety within such area.
Councilman Kramer?
Thank you, Madam President. We started discussions regarding the DORA. I think the citizens coming forward, voicing their opinions in favor of this. We will continue discussing this, so it is first reading. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Kramer. Ordinance number 82, 2023 has received first reading. Ordinance number 83, 2023.
An ordinance making certain appropriations from the unappropriated balance of the 1222 Waste Management Grant Fund for the year ending December 31st, 2023, and declaring an emergency.
Councilman Lewis.
Yes, this is a $12,000 appropriation from the grants that we received regarding our recycling and other waste management in the city. And this is to help with yard clippings and other related matters for the city. Are there any questions or discussion this evening? I make a motion to suspend the rules requiring 3 readings, reading ordinance number 83-2023 forward for a vote.
Second by Councilman Lombardi. Roll call for suspension.
Gray,
Yes.
Harvey Smith. Yes. Kern Kane.
Yes.
Lewis.
Yes.
Lombardi.
Yes.
Sluse.
Yes.
Snead.
Yes.
Viola.
Yes.
And Creamer.
Yes.
9 yes for suspension.
And for passage.
Harvey Smith. Yes. Kern Kane.
Yes.
Lewis.
Yes.
Lombardi.
Yes.
Sluse.
Yes.
Snead.
Yes.
Viola.
Yes.
Creamer.
Yes.
And Gray.
Yes.
9 yes for passage.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Ordinance number 83, 2023 is passed. Ordinance number 84, 2023.
An ordinance making certain appropriations from the unappropriated balance of the 1219 Women, Infants, and Children WIC Program Fund for the year ending December 31st, 2023, and declaring an emergency.
Councilman Lewis.
Yes, it's an appropriation of $6,500. The grant that we received to help fund WIC was expanded. And we're pulling some of that dollars down to help with supplies and materials that the program needs. Are there any questions or discussion this evening? Seeing none, I make a motion to suspend the rules requiring 3 readings, reading ordinance number 84-2023 forward for a vote.
Second by Councilman Gray. Roll call for suspension.
Kern Kane.
Yes.
Lewis.
Yes.
Lombardi.
Yes.
Sluse.
Yes.
Snead.
Yes.
Viola.
Yes.
Creamer.
Yes.
Gray.
Yes.
And Harvey Smith. Yes. 9 yes for suspension.
And for passage.
Lewis.
Yes.
Lombardi.
Yes.
Sluse.
Yes.
Snead.
Yes.
Viola.
Yes.
Creamer.
Yes.
Gray.
Yes.
Harvey Smith. Yes. And Kern Kane.
Yes.
9 yes for passage.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Ordinance number 84, 2023 is passed. Resolution number 6, 2023.
A resolution designating a certain unnamed valley located in the city of Massillon, Ohio, to honor Sergeant Army Corey Endlich, who gave the ultimate sacrifice while serving during the Operation Iraqi Freedom, and declaring an emergency.
Councilman Snead.
Thank you, President Eisnick. In a minute here, I'm going to make a motion that we amend this legislation, this resolution. First, I wanted to speak for a minute, if I may. Legislation was requested on Monday 14th at 10:13 a.m. It's important to understand the gravity and the weight of this request and why we are voting to approve this so quickly. Corey was a 4-year swing band member. Marsh played tuba. He was also in the concert band where he played the baritone. He ran cross country from Massillon for 2 years. He and his younger brother Kevin both worked at Dairy Queen. He played in the Lincoln Park sled riding down hills with his younger brother Kevin as well. He often took Lincoln Park up the hill into his neighborhood, as many of us who live in Mayflower do. He graduated Washington High School in 2003. Sergeant Corey M. Enlich was assigned to 2nd Squadron, 1st Cavalry Regiment, 4th Brigade, 2nd Infantry Division, Stryker Brigade Combat Team stationed in Fort Lewis, Washington. Sergeant Corey M. Enlich, Infantry of Massillon, Ohio, was killed in action June 9, 2007 in Taji, Iraq, by small arms fire while engaging the enemy. At this point, if we may, I would like to request a small moment of silence to honor the life and ultimate sacrifice of Sergeant Corey M. Enlich. Thank you. Last Monday, I called the Enlich family to clarify and spoke with Aaron to gain approval of legislation that Monday. They had originally requested that portion of Lincoln Way from 17th to 32nd Street be named the Corey Enlich Corridor. However, due to lack of time required to make such a change, an unnamed alley across from Grosvenor was offered up to serve his memory. I believe Councilman Lewis spoke on this in the work session. They reluctantly agreed, seeing the lack of options, which did sit right with me. I immediately called my friend, Mr. Lewis, Councilman Lewis. Speaking, the alleyway was unfit for such an honor that should be placed to an individual with the character of Sergeant Enlich. Had suggested renaming Lincoln Park Drive, and I concurred that renaming Lincoln Park Drive to Sergeant Corey M. Enlich Parkway was fitting, as that was the road he took home every day. After confirming with the law director, Justin Richards, and safety service director, Barb Sylvester, the next day on Tuesday the 15th, I proposed the new rewrite of the resolution to the Enlich family. They were much more receptive to having the road name changed with the stipulation that the Season family did not take issue with it, as his memorial is at the bottom of 17th and Lincoln Park Drive. I called Tom Season at his home and his cell phone immediately, left a voicemail on Tuesday, August 15th. However, I understand I did not receive a reply to date. So the only course of action is to respectfully agree that they have no issue with the name change. I will continue to work on getting the rename of the portion from Lincoln Way Northwest, 17th Street Northwest to 32nd Street Northwest, named as Sergeant Corey M. Enlich Corridor. Over this past weekend, I amended resolution number 6, and at this time I'd like to open it up to council members with the permission of the president, I say.
Absolutely. Anyone have anything? Councilman Howard Smith?
I think this is a great way to honor him, and that this road here, Burlington Park, is a much better road. Sometimes it just takes people thinking about things to make a difference, and I think that's a great way to honor him. And I support changing the name.
Anyone else? Councilman Kramer?
Can you clarify again that portion in the Season family and not getting any type of feedback from them? Is there an overlap in some type of?
No, there's no overlap. The Season Memorial is on the hill, and the drive is about 100 feet from the memorial.
Is your intent to wait to get confirmation from the Season family before moving forward? I guess that's my question.
I waited a week, and
They may be on vacation.
when
I don't know.
I've confirmed they're not, they're home.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Councilman Lewis?
I think this is just a great way to commemorate both. In this case, we would have a street that commemorates the life of Sergeant Enlich, and we also have a memorial in the park that commemorates Eric Season. And I think it brings honor to both and becomes a place to celebrate and memorialize the sacrifice that the men and women of our community have given. So I believe it's a nice addition.
Will Corey also have a memorial in Veterans Park? Or does he already?
I'm sorry?
Corey, will he also have a memorial like Season does?
Something we can work on.
Councilman Lewis? Councilman Snape?
Thank you. At this time, I'd like to make a motion we amend resolution number 6-2023 from how it is written to read as follows. Please prepare a resolution indefinitely renaming Lincoln Park Drive and designating it as Sergeant Corey M. Enlich Parkway, located in the city of Massillon, Ohio, as a road running in an east-west direction between 17th Street Northwest to 19th Street Northwest. The Director of Public Safety and Service is authorized and directed to order and post the appropriate signs on said road giving notice of the said name designation. This is listed as an emergency to honor Army Sergeant Corey Enlich, who gave the ultimate sacrifice serving during Operation Iraqi Freedom and at the request of the Anwich family with respect for privacy reasons.
Second by Councilman Viola. Roll call for the amendment.
Lombardi,
Yes.
Sluse,
Yes.
Snead,
Yes.
Viola,
Yes.
Creamer,
Yes.
Gray,
Yes.
Howard Smith,
Yes.
Kern King,
Yes.
and Lewis.
Yes.
9 yes for the amendment.
Councilman Snead.
I'd like to make a motion that we waive the rule requiring 3 readings and bring ordinance number 6-2023 forward for a vote.
Second by Councilman Viola. Roll call for suspension.
Sluse,
Yes.
Snead,
Yes.
Viola,
Yes.
Creamer,
Yes.
Gray,
Yes.
Howard Smith,
Yes.
Kern King,
Yes.
Lewis,
Yes.
and Lombardi.
Yes.
9 yes for suspension.
10 for passage.
Snead,
Yes.
Viola,
Yes.
Creamer,
Yes.
Gray,
Yes.
Howard Smith,
Yes.
Kern King,
Yes.
Lewis,
Yes.
Lombardi,
Yes.
and Sluse.
Yes.
9 yes for passage.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Ordinance number 84,
No, resolution number 6.
resolution number 6, 2023 is passed.
This is the one that has to be amended.
And tomorrow, okay, thank you. Resolution number 6, 2023 is passed. Is there any unfinished business? Are there any petitions or general communications? Are there any bills, accounts, and claims?
Yes, we have a bill in the amount of $1,224.43 for the publication of our May, June ordinances and the publication of the public hearing. We have a bill in the amount of $133.09 payable to Comica Minolta for a toner and a waste box for our copier. And we also have a bill in the amount of $127 payable to U.S. Bank Equipment Finance for the August payment for our copier.
Councilman Lewis,
Make a motion to pay the bills?
second by Councilman Lombardi. Roll call.
Viola,
Yes.
Creamer,
Yes.
Gray,
Yes.
Howard Smith,
Yes.
Kern King,
Yes.
Lewis,
Yes.
Lombardi,
Yes.
Sluse,
Yes.
and Snead.
Yes.
9 yes to pay the bills.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. The clerk will pay the bills and charge them to their proper accounts. Are there any reports from city officials?
Yes, we have a mayor's report for July 2023.
Mayor?
Good evening, Madam President, members of council. Got a few things to update you all on. We had a fighter boot donation last Thursday at the concert to help out the homeless shelter, our family living shelter. And we also filled a cruiser with toilet paper. That is one of the things that they really need at the shelter. They're behind on their budget, about $15,000 this year, short on their budget. They came to us and we were able to put this together, and we'll also be doing this at a game at the high school. So about $3,700. We had a few firefighters dancing with the crowd, and so they took donations, and then we did do the toilet paper into the cruiser, which was a lot of fun also. So about $3,700 was raised. So thank you to our police and fire for helping us out with that. And Amy Dornack from the Family Living Center is very pleased. Charles Street will be complete in September. We're waiting on the light poles. So if you've been downtown, you can see how beautiful that street looks with the new sidewalk. Erie Street, they're working on the electrical right now. They're going to be putting in curb and sidewalk as well as also with the new street lights again. Those take about 12 plus weeks to come in, so we're hoping that it gets completed before Christmas. Our catch basin project is about 60% complete. They're going to be also coming back. Some of you still have roads in your wards that still need paved. They'll be coming back late summer to pave more roads. Tremont and Erie parking lot has gone out to bid, and that bid opening will be September the 6th. And also the health department bid opening is September the 6th for their parking lot. Lake and Amherst went out to bid for a pedestrian crossing, mast arms, ADA curb ramps, new traffic signals, and that bid opening is September the 20th. Valside at 352 Valside currently has a sinkhole. We're working with the law department on legislation. We'll be calling a special meeting this week to get approval. So we're looking at Wednesday, but we're working with Councilman Aaron Violan to come up with a proper date for this special meeting. And tonight is our last Monday night concert, and I will be heading out there to introduce the band here shortly. And this Thursday is our final Thursday night concert, which Jersey, a Bruce Springsteen band, type band, will be playing on Thursday night. That'll be our final concerts for the year. All those concerts that we put on are through donations, so I'd like to thank the sponsors for their great donations. Otherwise, we wouldn't be able to put the concerts on. And the restrooms have been a big hit. We've had many handicapped people in wheelchairs, walkers, really thank us for putting in the restrooms. So I'd like to thank City Council for supporting that endeavor as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. Number 12 on the agenda, reports of committees. Our next work session will be next Monday, August 28, 2023 at 6:30. Rest of council members, does anyone have anything coming up? Call the calendar, ordinance number 67, 2023.
Ordinance number 67, 2023 was tabled August 7th until August 21st, 2023. And it is an ordinance amending the zoning map of the city of Massillon, Ohio by rezoning certain property from D-2 Central Business District to R-1, one family residential, and declaring an emergency.
Councilwoman Kramer.
Thank you, Madam President. This request is a rezoning request. We had a public hearing this evening at 6 p.m. in council chambers. We had no individuals present opposed to this request. There are 3 individual parcels on Oaks Avenue Southeast that is part of this zone request from B2 to R1. The purpose of the rezoning is to allow for construction of a new home. Are there any questions or concerns from council members at this time? Seeing none, I would like to make a motion to bring forward ordinance number 67-2023 forward for a vote.
Second by Councilman Lewis. Roll call.
Kramer,
Yes.
Gray,
Yes.
Harvey Smith,
Yes.
Kern King,
Yes.
Lewis,
Yes.
Lombardi,
Yes.
Sloops,
Yes.
Sneed,
Yes.
and Viola.
Yes.
9 yes for passage.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Ordinance number 67, 2023 is passed. Third reading ordinances and resolutions. Ordinance number 77, 2023.
An ordinance to repurpose funds in the 1100 General Fund City Improvement Projects account for the year ending December 31st, 2023.
Councilman Lewis.
Yes, these are funds that are remaining from a couple of the tear downs we had in downtown, and the repurposing is just so that they can continue to use these funds in a similar fashion as originally allocated, but not in the city. Third reading, are there any questions or discussion? Seeing none, make a motion that we bring ordinance number 77-2023 forward for a vote.
Second by Councilman Gray. Roll call.
Gregg,
Yes.
Harvey Smith,
Yes.
Kern King,
Yes.
Lewis,
Yes.
Lombardi,
Yes.
Sloops,
Yes.
Sneed,
Yes.
Viola,
Yes.
and Kramer.
Yes.
9 yes for passage.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Ordinance number 77, 2023 is passed. There are no second reading ordinances and resolutions. We're at number 17 on the agenda. For anyone from the public can come forward and speak on any topic that did not appear on tonight's agenda. Again, if you wish to do so, please state your name, the topic you wish to discuss, and leave your comments to 4 minutes or less.
Bless you. Good evening, Council. Gail Dancy, Massillon, Ohio. And I'm just coming again to reiterate, if I could get Council to at some point discuss what's going on with the money from the tear down of the buildings downtown. And also, I could get you to discuss at some point doing something about the slum, commercial and residential landlords. I've been coming with that for months now, and I'm going to keep coming with that because I also come to the committee meetings and I don't ever hear that being brought up. I don't know whose responsibility it is to bring it up, but my request to you is that you would give some consideration to finding something to do to get rid of these slum landlords, both commercial and residential. And then again, to get some resolution to what's going to happen with the money or the grant that was used to tear down buildings. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else?
My name is Barb Bergmeyer, and kind of along the same lines as Gail, I'm concerned about the building that Bonnie's Engravers was in. There's a third floor window that has been out, totally out, and it's been out since before the two other buildings collapsed. We've had some torrential downpours just recently. A lot of rain has gone in through that window. Currently, the side of the building is wet from the roof all the way down to the street. The one window that's open, the one piece of glass is in there with some very rotted wood. I'm afraid the window pane's going to come out. Somebody's going to get hurt. Plus, there's merchandise inside the building. If they want to open it up, anything that's made of cloth is either going to be very mildewy or moldy smelling or something like that. If there's metal in there, I'm afraid it's going to be rusted. The poor person that's got the stuff in the building, they won't be able to sell it. Something really needs to be done with this building. And I'm afraid that, that window pane's going to fall out, somebody's going to get hurt.
Thank you, Barb.
Hi, my name is Michelle Wilhelm, and we live on the southeast side of town, and I'm just going to reiterate the same thing that Barb and Gail have just talked about. We just feel like something needs to be done, something more about the slumlords and making them accountable for their tenants. We bought our property and fixed it up and made it nice, and we get penalized by paying more in taxes for the property because it looks good, and then we have to live beside somebody that has basically a junkyard that they live in, and they just bring more and more stuff, and it just seems like no matter where we turn, we can't get any answers for it. There's just no reason that we should have to, and we're not the only ones, and you drive around the southeast side of Massillon, you see all kinds of places that are like this. It's not just limited to the southeast side, but it's just, it's ridiculous that these places sit like this. And we're not the only ones. There's other people that have the same complaint. That's all I wanted to say.
Thank you, Michelle. Anyone else? Seeing none. Councilman Lombardi?
Thank you, President Lynch. I make a motion, we adjourn.
Aye. Aaron Kane?
Second.
Roll call?
Yes.
Harvey Smith? Yes. Murray Kane?
Yes.
Lewis?
You said yes?
No, that was yes and no.
Okay. Lombardi?
Yes.
Smith?
Yes.
Sneed?
Yes.
Neoland?
Yes.
Creamer?
Yes.
And Gray.
Yes.
9 yes to adjourn.
Meeting adjourned.